this needs to happen, I guess.
Today, I actually spoke with the Alberta Council of Shelters last week about what is going on, and they need to have more funding. Offering them $10 million over 4 years is not enough. They need to be funding them $10 million a year right now so that we can start seeing women actually being helped in this province.
To the Minister, is blocking access to essential women's health care just another way of justifying handing over our public system to the UCP's friends? I wonder if members across have ever had to look into the eyes of a survivor and explain that their healing isn't in this year's budget priorities. 2 out of 3 women in Alberta will experience sexual violence in their lifetime. Let that sink in. Look around this chamber. Look at your colleagues. Look at your staff. Look at your families. 2/3 of women in our lives. And this government's response: cut the lifelines they depend on. Allowing children to reach their full potential. I urge everybody in the House to support Bill 208 and make a real difference in the lives of countless children. This bill is not political. This bill is not partisan. Its intention is to support Alberta students and our children.
All around Alberta, and this plan does nothing to help women today that are fleeing violence. And I think that knowing that if we were in government, we would be listening to the experts on the women's shelters on how to solve this problem, and we would have started doing it 18 months ago, and looking at the solutions that were already there 18 months ago. Like I've been told by many shelters that they're shutting down their beds because there's not enough funding.
Now is the time to change those decisions. Provide women's shelters the same 14% ongoing funding to address infrastructure needs you and your colleagues through increased living allowances. Provide the same annual increases to frontline wages that MLAs and ministers receive. Double the number of staff you've done in the Legislative Assembly office staffing. Albertans watch the budget drop and hope the UCP government would do the right thing. But the only thing we have seen so far is chaos, cuts, corruption, and cruelty. A critical blind spot in the government's vision is their failure to recognize that women's health and economic growth are inseparable. It's time they stop pretending to care about Alberta's prosperity while ignoring the health needs of half our population. Women's health is a cornerstone of society, well-being, and progress. Better health and well-being for women creates a ripple effect that extends to our families, communities, and our economy.
The thing is that the book ban, the asking for parents to prove of record of birth for our daughters, our girls, not our sons, to play sports, it's all a distraction. It's all a distraction right now from the fact that there's a looming teacher strike. It's a distraction that our classrooms are overcrowded. It's a distraction right now that our children in Alberta are funded at the lowest per capita in all of Canada. Let that sink in. What I want to leave you with is that we stood up together as Albertans. We said no, we are better together, and I hope that you will follow me on a little journey right now, taking these books out to the libraries around Calgary, Edgemont, and ensuring that people have the opportunity to expand their minds, their imagination, and just sit down and read a good book.
Education is not a luxury. It is the foundation of strong and equitable society. If we fail to fund it properly, we are hurting Alberta's economy and the next generation of leaders. Will the Premier stop treating education as an expensive cut and start recognizing it as the most important investment in Alberta's future?
In favor of Bill 201, the Fairness for Workers Act. I really appreciate the member for Calgary Mountain View putting forward this very important legislation. When I think about my residents in Calgary Edgemont, this is something that they need. This is something that would benefit them, and it should be a priority for all of us to be looking at raising wages and looking at protecting tips and stopping the nonsense of a 2-level minimum wage.
Mr. Speaker, these are real public safety investments Alberta needs. When this government says they can't afford these things, but they can afford a provincial police service, that's a choice. Public safety doesn't come from rebranding police. It comes from addressing the conditions that make people unsafe in the first place.